Hello, I'm Jody Wolf. You're watching Expoz on June 28, 2017. It's 12:47 a.m. Birmingham, and the topic is why Yellowstone will not erupt. This is the cauldron, the super volcano that's in this country, and reading on it, and I'm trying to find the documentary I watched that described the plug in it, and I'm unable to find that. But I found out some other things that you may want to know. Earthquakes won't trigger the direct cause of a volcanic eruption. The magma chamber rising with pressure is not likely to be triggered by a volcano, by an earthquake, because an earthquake won't crack water. It won't cause water to blow up or blow out. It's liquid. So it'll crack the rock around it or above it, but it won't crack it won't create an earthquake. And to get more into that, create an eruption. They said even if it did, talking about Yellowstone now, that there's a chance that a large earthquake could weaken the basalt plug, and which is a plug of solid rock that closes off a volcano vent. In that circumstance, you would have lava pouring out on the ground, but more like in Hawaii, like the volcano there, where it's a continuous eruption and it's just flowing out. And if you look at the Valley of Fire, which runs across New Mexico, that's a volcano that erupted a few hundred years ago, and it stretches 40 or 50 miles, the volcanic lava that came out of it. And it's, just look it up, the Valley of Fire, and you'll see it. You can see it on Google Earth. You zoom in on New Mexico and you'll see a long black streak. And everywhere you see a black streak was a volcano that erupted and lava flowed. So going back to Yellowstone, and if it were, it would be simply leaking, not exploding. And they said the reason for that is all the vents around it, the heated water. There's nothing solid that's actually sealing it, because if you have water that's superheated from miles down and on the surface, then you have all these vents that's also continually alleviating the pressure or removing the pressure off of it. And but then they were talking about the earthquakes. As for a size, even a magnitude 9.4 earthquake, as the one in Peru a few years ago, won't damage and won't do damage to a volcano to cause it to erupt. And there is reason that earthquakes near North America won't be bigger than even a 10. Yellowstone would not suffer a catastrophic event from an earthquake of a magnitude size 10. That's big, guys. And again, below that, yes, if the volcano is not extinct, then yes, to predict that you would need to know the different things that affect the volcano, like the pressure inside. Mount St. Helens erupted recently, according to standards of eruptions and volcanoes. It's not like they're going off every day in an area. And but one went off today in the Aleutian Islands, but it's been active for a long time. And the ash is at 36,000 feet right now, right this minute. And but Mount St. Helens erupted fairly recently. So now there's a reason why it won't happen again, or any other volcano in the region. So Mount St. Helens removed the pressures from the volcanoes in that whole mountain ridge that runs from California and Rockies all the way through Washington State and into Canada. Mount St. Helens relieved the pressure that was in the ground. And even with all that you hear about the greatest cauldron in this country, in fact, the largest on earth, is false. The largest volcanoes on earth, again, is in the Pacific. The base of it is the size of the state of New Mexico. That's one that would worry us more than Yellowstone. There's a 1 in 700,000 chance that it will erupt in any form. That's according to USGA or USVA or whatever. But I'm just reading these things. And again, all the earthquakes that you're hearing, 740 something to talk about. This is over like a 2.0 or 1.5 or something like that, not counting the ones below that, been 740 in 2 weeks. And but that has no bearing on an eruption of a volcano, even in Yellowstone or Mount St. Helens or anywhere else. And so I just wanted to put your mind at ease. There's not going to be an eruption that's going to blow out half of this country. However, we have no idea what lies ahead in the final 7 years of time. All bets are off then, because then the judgments of God come into play. Then he may cause Yellowstone to erupt. He may cause an earthquake of the New Madrid Fault that will split this country in half. And I think, in my opinion, I would go for that earthquake splitting America in half, just to show America what we have done to Israel by splitting them in half. And it seems like that is on the drawing boards right now. Not that Trump put it there, that it's already been there. And that has already been offered up numerous times, but rejected numerous times by Hamas, going all the way back to Arafat. So that's a problem. If they decide to take it, then Jerusalem will be a shared state. That's a problem. And if they accept that, then they'll accept it with a 7-year peace treaty, in which that's our bell, ding, 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 to go out of here. Jody Wolf Expoz.